My contribution is, yes, you are enlightened because you do know the right from wrong. You do have that discernment.
Yes. Yes. Okay.
So, yes, you are enlightened. It's not you're waiting to be enlightened later on. You are enlightened now. You're just covered with a little bit of crap that got stuck from people projecting onto you. And you suddenly identify with that piece of crap that got stuck on. And it just doesn't serve you and it doesn't serve anyone else. And I suggest you do the Gestalt first before you approach that person. The Gestalt is where you talk to the cushions or the chair. Get a cushion or chair and talk to the person as if they're there. Vent everything that you have. Okay? Say everything that you've got. You can have some cushions in between the two of you, so you can hit the cushions if something comes up and you're like, you effing bastard, how dare you lie, and haha, and suddenly maybe something from the past, nothing to do with him, shows up. Communicate that. If you have a different language to English and that comes up, say it in your original language as well. Swear a little bit in Hindi if you need to.
Sure.
And then when you are expunged, you've satiated, you've said everything, take a moment and then you move to the other cushion where the other sat. And then you respond back to you. You respond as the other person and you respond back to yourself and you say whatever is coming in response. And then you go backwards and forwards. It's like channeling. That's the Gestalt. And then at some point, you sit in your seat and you sit in a place where you heard what the other person is saying. You've expressed everything. You vented, you sworn, you got to a place that there's no charge. And then you communicate from your higher self. And then you go over to the other side and you communicate from their higher self. What are they saying to you? Oh, wow, I'm so sorry. My commitment is really for creating a world of peace and love. And everything that showed up was absolutely everything that is the opposite. And I'm so sorry for hurting you. Something like that might come up. You don't know. And then you go back to your seat. And if it is complete, you namaste them. You bow down, whatever you need to do to complete. And then you do this Tibetan practice of cleansing, which you take your hands and you go to clear your energy system, And you do that as many times as you need, minimum 3 times. This is just a phenomenal practice. You get that complete. Then if you want to, you write down a letter to that person. Or who they represent to you. It might be a few people in that letter. At the end of it, if there is another charge, you rewrite the letter. You please write it by handwriting, not by computer. Okay? You do that kind of for every chakra. It really clears the system. Heart chakra, throat chakra, something transforms. The 4th chakra or the 5th chakra, something transforms. And those letters you might want to read or send. A lot of people in meditations, they go to the upper chakras, into their higher chakras. So most ascetic practices, most Hindu practices go into the ascetic, unless you are from the Agama, or the Nath traditions, that's. So the upper chakras, they are associated with the higher realms, okay, the more spiritual realms. But actually, as above, so below. And the heart chakra is the the mirror line.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Mm-hmm.
as above, so below.
Mm-hmm.
Now, the heart chakra is all about acceptance and compassion and embracing all that is. The solar plexus, actually, there is a secret chakra just below the heart chakra called the Harit.
Mm-hmm.
And the
Mm-hmm.
Harit is represented by an empty seat under a Bodhi tree.
Mm-hmm.
Bodhi means awakened one.
Mm-hmm.
And it's like awakening that inner guru.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, that awakening your inner guru.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Okay, so that's below the heart chakra, and it's called the Harit. So the heart chakra, the heart word comes from the Harit, because the Indian language actually influenced a lot of Latin and so below that there's the solar plexus, and the solar plexus is anywhere between the sternum to the belly button. Okay, so some traditions say it's the belly button, some traditions say it's the sternum. You feel where your solar plexus is. Okay, you actually know it, and that has two qualities, two main qualities. The first quality is the power. That's the masculine aspect, is power, your masculine power.
Yeah.
So power, willpower, it kind of stems and emanates from the solar plexus. And the feminine aspect of that solar plexus is playfulness.
Mm-hmm.
And in order to be balanced, we need both.
Yes.
We need the power, the direction, no one is messing up with me. No one is messing up. Yeah, no one is messing with me. And the playfulness, bringing the two together. How do you weave the two together?
Mm-hmm.
But in order to weave them, you need to understand both of them. So you need to concentrate on the power, on your source of power and masculine power, and then also your source of playfulness. Okay? They're two different qualities and they work perfectly together. It's a little bit like Ganesh and the mouse.
Yeah, yeah.
They're always together. That elephant boy, the elephant Ganesh, always is together with a mouse. Together, they can break through every obstacle with the power and with the gnawing through things, yeah? The second chakra is associated with creativity. What are you giving birth to?
Yeah.
Women can give birth to a child, but actually it's about creativity, your contribution. So, your contribution, you think, oh yeah, it's from the mind, but actually the third eye and the belly are connected. They are as above, so below. Of course, the first chakra, the Muladhara, that is where the genitals are. They are the power, sheer power of aliveness. Yeah. It's about security, financial, money, security, just survival mechanism. It's your power of existence. Okay? It's your life force energy. Connected with the spirituality, as above so below. The Shushumna, the energy of the divine energy comes into the Shushumna, into the crown chakra, into the central channel, through the crown chakra, and kind of goes down through our chakras down into the kingdom, through our genitals, through our base chakra. In the Kabbalah, the same. The divine light, Ruach Elohim, comes into the crown chakra, Keter, and then ziggurates, zimzumim, zoom, the zoom. It does, and it goes through the chakra. The base chakra is called kingdom. How we manifest the divine light into the kingdom on earth. Yeah?
Yeah.
So whenever you meditate, as above, so below. There's no hierarchy. Each one of the chakras is a doorway into the enlightenment. You need to have the greatest patience and compassion and forgiveness you need to have for yourself. To be that well of compassion, that source, that inner source, that well that is welling up and overflowing like a fountain of forgiveness, love, compassion, acceptance. You start with yourself and then you spill over to other people. Okay? You spill over, so you can start with yourself, well up and overflow and encompass the people that you love most, your partner, your love partner, your family, and then go out to your cousins across the world, your friends and family, and then go to those who you may perceive as enemies, or it's like, how can I transcend above my identity? These people that I have a reaction to actually have huge gifts for me. And they're the one that, as time showed, they became my greatest friends. And how about offering from the generosity? Because you are factioning, you are creating generosity by deciding to do that, by choosing it. You're creating generosity, and that begins the flow of generosity. And you're offering your trust and respect and forgiveness to that person who actually right now presses your buttons. Choosing to offer my respect to that person. And that will alter the whole reality of how he occurs to you. And that can alter the relationship. Request is that you really deal with yourself about that. Do the Hoponopono practice that I was teaching. Remember about, I'm sorry, please forgive me, thank you, I love you. And you do that as a meditation until the charge goes, even though you know that he or she should ask forgiveness from you, then you're the one who has to do that practice, okay, on them. That will free you. That will free you. Now, about authenticity, being authentic about being full of crap, that's who we are, being inauthentic, that we're inauthentic, basically.
Yes. Yeah.
That is a freeing key as well, saying that actually, I am inauthentic sometimes. That will give you that freedom to accept and forgive when you see other people play these games, and you see how you get triggered by that person being manipulative and it doesn't work for you. Do the Hoponopono. Do this thing about, actually, I don't know what he or she is going through. Okay? I am being triggered, so I need to deal with myself. Yeah. And it's like, have a conversation. Come from love, come from forgiveness, come from not knowing, beginner's mind. Cultivate this beginner's mind. So come not from defensiveness, not from protecting, not from, trying to force an outcome, but actually like, wow, I really want to know what are you going through, but not patronizing, so that it doesn't occur patronizing.
Yeah.
But really like, look, it doesn't serve you and me. We have history. We've journeyed along this path for a few years. I care about you, and I'm hurting, and you might be hurting. So what is going on for you? And you could say, what I am feeling is, I'm perceiving, that's how it's occurring to me, that you are being manipulative or being inauthentic, or inauthentic about your sexuality, and that's how it's occurring to me. And I get that there's a trigger there for me. Maybe it's to do with my family, but what is really going on for you? People are in different stages of their evolution. People are in different state of mindset right now. with the COVID, with whatever is happening, with the lockdown, with their financial circumstances. We don't know what people are dealing with. Even if they share something, or a lot of people are projecting everything is okay, but really they're quite vulnerable inside. So when someone is putting something up, they might be dealing with stuff and might be putting it up there in order for them to process something. Maybe. Now, and then of course someone else responds to it quite strongly, and they could be quite vulnerable about that. Get the point that we are all in a different state, in a different stage. We're all vulnerable. We're all reaching out for something, okay? And to respond in a cutting way to someone who put a post is not only inappropriate, but it's also hurtful, not only to them, but also to the person who is doing it. And remember that whatever it is that upsets you about them, if you've got something going on about someone, what is, you can't really tell that person, him or her, you do like that. You can't do that unless they ask you to coach them. Yeah. What you can do is look, oh, I'm being triggered here. They're saying something that is really triggering me, and I'm having a reaction. What is it about this person or that person that I don't like? And what is it that I don't like about them? I have that in me, otherwise it wouldn't trigger it. Or maybe I don't like it because I never stood up to something. Maybe they're occurring to me as rather aggressive or abusive, or they're reminding me of someone from the past, and I never stood up to them and said my piece. So it's an opportunity for you to, for all of us, for each and every one of us to grow. So remember the sentence I always used to say when I trained people: I am not who you say I am. You are who you say I am. It really is important to, like, the greatest thing that you could do for yourself is to look, okay, that action and that kind of talk from this person really doesn't work for me. It doesn't benefit, it doesn't, it occupies my headspace, and it's taking up my mental and emotional energy. What is it about them that I don't like?
Yeah.
What is it about them that triggers me? Being honest does not give you the right to vent on anyone, okay? It's like, think about, always have the question, is this for the benefit of all? Okay? Is this beneficial for whom I am? Like, if I'm here for the betterment of humanity, human unity, or if I'm here for creating world of peace, is that communication venting out on someone whom I perceive as being inauthentic, is that going to be beneficial for all? And sometimes the answer is yes, and sometimes the answer is no. Okay? And coming from a place of, it's not about me venting, but really me contributing, and you have to be really authentic with yourself. You see the paradox?